teaching long enough to remember a world where digital presentations never existed. Chalkboards, flannel boards, overhead projectors. But I'd get some pretty strange looks if I tried to use this technology today in one of my presentations to students or adults. Even the seemingly contemporary tools like PowerPoints, Keynotes, Prezis, they're all quickly becoming antiquated presentation tactics. With new advances being made every day, we can now access features of our technology in new ways through touchscreen and voice activation. It's pretty snazzy, and we're all trying to get our hands on it and our minds wrapped around it. Mobile devices like smartphones, tablets, iPads, they're all making the accessing and sharing of our content even more seamless, making us presenters look especially snazzy on stage. Websites and social media are taking it yet another step further through social sharing and mass distribution of content, and they're even turning our presentations into interactive virtual experiences. Today's consumers are on an insatiable quest for new and more vivid presentations, and we owe it to our audiences to give it to them. They just expect more. They want stellar content, and they want it at their fingertips whenever and wherever they choose to access it. So how can a simple hand-drawn visual compete with the bells and whistles of such flashy technology? It's simple. Pairing the right technology with just a few visual communication skills will result in a highly impactful visual experience for your learners. Draw on what you know about learners. Simple serves the brain. While I was a teacher in the classroom, I picked up a few things here and there to make my teaching presentations more interesting for the students I taught. Not just to be flashy, mind you, but because I knew that technology occupied an important place in the lives of my students. In order to reach their minds and hearts, I was going to have to meet them where they were. I feel the same way about educating and presenting with adults. Technology is just the way humans engage in the 21st century. If I learn to use it well, I know it can be a powerful communication tool. So in this module, I'll tell you what I've learned about translating visual images to digital learners. In this module, we'll look at the tools, apps, and devices that I found useful in bringing my visual content to life. If you haven't already figured this out, I love to draw. The feeling of the pen on the paper, the flow of ink penetrating the fibers, all of it. I love all of it. So learning to adapt to digital devices was not an easy process for me. I was slow and made my move into the digital world with a great deal of apprehension and skepticism, to say the least. Here were a few of my greatest challenges in going digital in the beginning, so I hope they help. My first challenge was the stylus. My greatest joy in life has always been finding just the right pen. Initially, I was afraid that this joy would be lost on digital tools, and that finding the right pen, stroke, size, and color would end up being taxing and leave me slightly less fulfilled as an artist. My next challenge was the screen. The most important tool for an artist, second to the pen, is the paper. So for digital drawing, surface size mattered. As I shopped the market for a tablet that would suffice for the space I needed for the freedom of my natural hand movement, I encountered my next challenge with making the leap: cost. Digital technology can be expensive. With a quick trip to the dollar store, I've always been good at finding a deal on markers and pens and can find just about anything to draw on. But I learned quickly that transitioning to a digital device would require a considerable financial investment. To be honest, you likely have what you need right in the palm of your hand. Apps themselves even are often free or low cost. So the real cost comes only in the tools that you want, not what you need to be successful. I should probably mention another challenge. Technology changes fast. Keeping up requires a high level of flexibility and an open mindset. Trust me, I have to remind myself of that every day. It's always challenging to keep up with the times, and even more challenging to keep up with the trends of what's designed to make living easier. Technology. Solving problems with a dried out pen was super easy, right? You throw it away and you buy a new one. But problems with my technology would often set me back a full day trolling the internet forums for how to get over some seemingly small speed bump, like a simple error message. Those were the days. I definitely missed my consumable markers and media. But this module is about using digital tools, apps, and devices to communicate visually with the world. Some of this information I'll share with you I've acquired from my smart techie friends, and others I've happened upon in my journey from digital dummy to digital savvy.